it can't happen to me. And, a lot they still take the chance.
What about you, Chuck?
What about me? Well, I think they still got the same mentality about the same thing my brother right here said.
How did you first stereotype this disease?
Among gays, I thought only gay people got it at first when I first heard about it.
What about now?
But not everybody. It's not racial. Everybody can get it.
So what about personally? Do you think have you changed your behavior?
Oh yeah, right now, females I run into, hey, I got a, woman, so really I don't have to really think about no other female, but just in case I need to come, I put them in my pocket just in case you never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you a scenario. Suppose a woman asks you not to use a condom. You don't know her very well. Would you still do it? Would you still go to bed with her?
Well, I might go to bed with her, but I'm gonna have to break it down to her, and say, hey, you know how it is out here. I gotta use a condom. Even though I don't care how many years I knew you or known you, I'm still gonna have to use one.
What about
My
you?
word against yours.
I mean, no, she tells you not to use one.
Well, that would give me
I'm
more
just-
reason than one reason.
Right.
Telling me that. I mean, why can't I use one?
What about the way we treat people with AIDS? Do y'all think it's changed the way? Yeah, I need a two-shot of you two. Yeah, I ain't. Do y'all think it's changed the way maybe we react toward people with AIDS because of people like Magic coming out and speaking about it or having it? I mean, are we now less afraid to go up and maybe shake a person's hand with AIDS, or are you still afraid to maybe drink from the same water fountain, or if a person with AIDS sneezes on you, are you still very afraid?
I'm not afraid because you can't catch AIDS like that, shaking nobody's hand to drink from the water fountain. They human beings too. You got to treat them like human beings. They just got a virus that the next person don't have. You got to treat them equally like they human beings. You just can't just say because they got AIDS. I don't want to deal with them. Your friend might got AIDS. You probably been knowing him for years. So, but you just gonna disrespect him because he got AIDS, or don't be his friend. You got to go along with him. You got to treat him equal. Because he got the virus, it really don't mean nothing. He's still your friend, no matter what.
With Magic's situation, what did you think when he came out with AIDS? What did you think about his situation, and did it change the way you react now?
Yeah. I mean, I think seeing a star like that at his stature get AIDS, having HIV virus, it made everybody feel good for the body because it shows everybody can get it. Nobody, AIDS doesn't hide from anybody. Anybody can get it. It sure made me change my way of thinking about the situation and about it.
Who do you think are most prone to get AIDS? Who do you guys think is the highest risk group today of getting AIDS?
Drug users who use the needles and gays.
So,
Actors, if they have more like intimate relationships on television, and I think it's more gay lesbian, and drug, users, and neither,
okay.
That's what I think.
Do you think it's right for the media to come out and say someone has AIDS, although they have refrained from doing so themselves?
No, I don't think that's right. That's that individual. That's his personal life. I don't think the media should have to force somebody to have to come out with a story about him. If he doesn't want anybody to know, that's his business. If his family knows, close relatives, that's fine. But I don't think the media should make you want to come out, disclose yourself.
What about you, Chuck? Is it right for the media to come out,
No, I think it's wrong.
force someone into disclosing the fact that they have AIDS?
I don't think it's right, for the media to do this, because it was up to him.
Do you think college students are changing their behavior because of the impact that AIDS is having in society? Kai, you can answer this first. You think people are changing their behavior?
Well, personally, I don't think that changing their behavior. I think that people are still, going on with the same habits that they have been doing. Not using protection. Mainly condoms and diaphragms and purposeful pills with them. I think that they are aware that AIDS is out there and that it can get anybody, but it's just been I guess implemented in our heads. We just are still, I guess, not at that point where we actually want to put on a condom or want to take AIDS seriously. People joke about it. People get serious about it when it pops up in the news that somebody famous has it or something like that. But as far as using precaution themselves, I don't think people take it too seriously.
Okay. What's your name again?
Chico.
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 Chico? All right, Chico. Kai said he really don't think people are. Why do you think people still have that mentality like it's, I can't get it? It can't happen to me.
People still have that mentality because, like in the black communities where I stay at, where I live in East St. Louis, it's like, you don't, as long as it's not a friend of yours, a close friend of yours, or a family member that has it, it's really like saying, well, it can't get to me, or it's just over where it's at. I'm not worried about it too much because it didn't happen. It has to happen next to home, in a way, for most people to believe in AIDS and that it can happen. Nowadays, more and more people are aware of it. There's a lot more information out about AIDS. But as far as people being aware to the point where they want to take precautions, I don't think so. It's not to that level yet, because it almost has to happen to a relative or a close friend of yours before you can realize how detrimental AIDS is on society. So I agree with him about people not really taking heed to what's going on about AIDS out there.
Okay. What's your name again?
Marvin.
Mark, how do we stereotype this disease? Who do you think we think are most susceptible to this disease?
Basically, most people say it's a homosexual disease. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where that's where the media said it first originated from, like from the gay communities and stuff, and now it could be anybody, homosexual, or a straight person, So it started out from the gay community, now it's anybody.
How did Magic Johnson and people like him change the way we look at this disease?
I think about Magic getting the disease. A lot of people that were his fans that look up to him, little kids, grown-ups that like him or whatever, kind of turned around and said, first we were hearing like, big superstars, maybe, particularly white stars getting it, and we just see, me personally in my household, it'd be like, reaction would be, man, I knew he was gay, or I knew this, he could probably look like he have AIDS. People have stereotypes of what an AIDS patient, look like or act like, But when it was Magic, it was kind of like, everybody woke up, it could be me, it could be, my next door neighbor, it could be my son, daughter, mother, father, anybody. And when the way he revealed it, as though he picked it up from one of his many flings, outside his wife, but it's still I still have my personal speculation about that. So,
Cleo, what do you think the media's role in all of this is? Do you think that it is right to sort of force someone to disclose the fact that they have AIDS?
Well, it depends on the situation. A lot of times, it might seem like it's the right thing to do, but then you gotta bear in mind, people have a right to privacy. I mean, if people didn't have a right to privacy, then there'd be no need to put up confidentiality rights for doctors and stuff. So basically, I don't think you have a right to personally force the issue out in public like that. I mean, granted, I mean, whether he wants it to be public enough, that's up to him. But
Or her.
the individual must also understand that if he really is a community threat, he must disclose it out on his own.
Who's a community threat? How do you assess
Definition of a
who
community threat,
is?
that would be like anybody with a serious contagious disease. You know, like
Isn't AIDS a serious contagious disease?
it is. It's growing into that right now. I mean, it's not quite there yet, but it'll be there within the next say 20 years or so.
Do you guys consider AIDS a serious contagious disease?
Well, from the media and from books and so forth like that, we learned that AIDS is acquired through sexual contact. So,
And
huh?
and
And
you said sexual contact.
yeah, like sex, having sex.
Is that the only way that you know
I'm
of?
saying that's what huh? You through blood transfusions too.
Accident.
But I mean,
What about drug use?
huh?
Yeah, IV
Yeah,
needles.
with
IV
dirty needles and
IV
stuff like
needles.
that. But I mean, in my community, how many people I know use dirty needles, you know, for drugs or whatever?
Yeah,
It's
they
not
smoke
in my
crack
community. You know, how many people I know get blood transfusions? It's not that many. It's not that many. So I don't see it in my community as being a really dangerous, you know, what he said, contagious thing right now, because it's mainly in my community. The way someone would get it would be basically through sexual contact in my community.
Okay, Kai, you wanted to comment on this? You're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
I want to comment on the question about AIDS being a serious community threat. For me personally, I think it is because, you know, from the time we first heard of AIDS, you know, maybe in 82, 84, somewhere around there, they first said that AIDS only came from gay people, homosexuals, and whatnot. And then years later, about the next year or whatever, they start telling us you can get it from homosexual contact only and blood transfusions. Then after that, they start saying you can get it from sitting on toilet seats in public restrooms and from kissing and touching and all this and that. Then years later, they say you can't. So, you know, right now I'm at a standpoint where they got me where I can't believe nothing they say. When I say they, I mean, you know, the American government, the media, whatnot. You know, basically I'm confused, so I'm taking every precaution. So I'm thinking, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I believe that you can get AIDS any kind of way. You know.
When it all comes down, I believe that too.
No matter how deep you look into a person's background, you still can't be 100% sure, you know, if that person has AIDS or not. 'Cause, you know, people now, they wild, you know, they can't tell from the next person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm changing my habits a little more.
Do you practice safe sex?
Yes, I do. Because I wouldn't say solely for, you know, not catching AIDS, but for any disease, you know. And at the same time, I don't want no kids.
Okay.
Because right now I can't afford any, so I'm taking every precaution, you know.
Okay.
Practicing safe sex is a form of birth control and disease prevention.
I'll give you a scenario. A woman asks you not to use a condom. You don't know her very well, and you two are about to have sex. Would you still have sex with her?
No, because if I don't know her very well in the first place, she asked me, come straight out and ask me not to use a condom. I'm kind of paranoid, you know. From living in this country, I'm gonna think she got something to give me. So I say I'm gonna have to just let it go.
Yeah, that would be.
What about you, man?
Same situation. I mean, my philosophy is you can't miss what you never had. If I barely know her, point blank, I'm using something. I'm gonna use something. If she asks me not to, like he said, I'd be thinking, well, she got something. That would be my thoughts. I can't mess with that.
Okay.
I just couldn't take the chance.
Do you think most guys would walk
I
away?
think majority of guys probably would. I do too. Majority of guys probably would.
Some said
That's how
that
you feel
they
about
thought
it.
guys, because of the feeling and because of the moment,
What you say
some people responded that because of the feeling, because of the moment, they thought most guys would react to it.
But you gotta look. Well, I feel that way too. But you have to look beyond the feeling, the moment. That you gotta look to the future. The future is I might have a disease and die from it. You know, that's real strong. Or I might get a kid that I can't really support right now. I don't want to bring a child in this world. You know,
Might end up with a
until I'm
disease
financially
where you
able
might
to
live.
take care of that child and myself.
Right.
So I wouldn't.
What about you, Cleo?
Expound on,
Well, basically, uh, if she told me that I couldn't use a condom, first thing I tell her is get the hell out of my house. I'm not lying to you, because I had a woman try to do that to me when I was younger, before the AIDS issue came out, and you know, she was trying to get me to say that I could be father of her child and stuff.